Okay, so I hurt my finger 3 times, 3 completely separate times. I guess my webcam sucks a lot more than I thought it did because it's not going to pick this up very well. Right, I'm going to try and bring this in as close as possible, but it's just too fuzzy. It's not going to do a decent job. What you can see is how fucking deep that is. Now, how I hurt my finger the first time is I smashed it with a large hammer. A hammer that was this big. The head of it was this big, right? So it's this long hammer, and I'm using it to pound this 1-inch thick bar of steel to knock out an end mill in order to fix and adjust it because it wasn't coming out and it wasn't staying in there very well, right? It was kind of fucked up. So I'm hitting at an awkward angle, and the metal bar keeps moving because the two guys holding it, there's only so well they can hold it still. And I smash my finger, like I'm having to hit this with the wrong hand, right? Well, because I usually use the right hand to strike with the hammer. But because the angle and the way the machine was hooked up and everything else, it wasn't really possible. So first thing I did is I smashed right here. And I was all puffy and just general nasty. Now, before it could finally heal, I think on election day or just after, no, it was. I think it was on election day, after I had voted. I needed to run to the store to buy a new knife. You know, one of the cheap ones at Family Dollar. And because someone broke into my home so many times, I had to put on a padlock rather than one of the handles. One of the, a new, because I only have one hole in my door, and I replaced that with a bolt lock, right? So I have to swing my door closed because there's no handles now. Now, what he was doing was kicking in the handles to busting the door and busting through the lock and the wood and everything else. So I got rid of all the handles on the doors that are accessible because I had to completely close off one door, so it's not accessible at all. The guy kicked it all day. Could try kicking it all day long. He's never going to break fucking through. And maybe I'll actually show a video of how I secured my door. It was pretty fucking impressive. But anyways, I go to shut the door, and what happens is my finger gets caught between the door because I have to yank it. I have to yank it and move my hand quickly, and I didn't move it quickly enough that day, and the door smashed right into my finger, and there was complete loss of skin from where you can see from right here. This right here where I'm touching, it doesn't look on camera like it's like there's any kind of thing, but it's really, really rough, callous skin. And all the way to my nail, I was missing skin. This is after about, it's since election day, so, that's how many days it's been, to this being uploaded. And then, a couple of days after that, Monday of this week, I'm adjusting my machine again with in an odd angle because there's only a few ways to actually get the half the shit on the equipment of my machine in order to make these stupid adjustments because the machine keeps having parts that move on its fucking own. It's ridiculous. Like the end mill, it keeps lowering itself, and I have to use this really small but effective I can't even think of the name of the tool. But anyways, I have to, use this tiny tool that's too fucking small to really work. But because it's small, it works, which is ironic. Anyway, my hand slips and slams on the corner of a metal table. So, yeah, Nick, my finger's really fucked up. I haven't really been able to write with it, although I can type. And I've been washing it repeatedly and unendingly. What you can't see is how fucking deep this is. This really goes in, because I got chopped. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. I got chopped right here, and it went really indented. I mean, it really fucked up the flesh, the meaty part of the finger. Now, the fingers don't actually have muscles. There's like a bunch of whatever, but that's a lot of medical jargon and shit that I don't want to get into in this video. But yeah, my finger's pretty fucked up. It's finally just now starting to actually heal. And right here, this skin, where you see the curvature, there's skin there that was just completely flip-floppy. I mean, it was really, really fucking loose, and I've been wrapping it last several days. Although, it wasn't until Wednesday morning that I finally found the fucking surgical tape to actually wrap my finger. I had all sorts of nasty coolant get inside and shit, and it was, you know, work-related fucking hazards that just, no matter what I did, I wouldn't prevent it. So, there you go. There's my fucked up finger and my fucked up week. So, yay!